Be honest, how many times have you picked up your phone to check one thing, and before you know it, minutes later, you're lost in TikTok or Instagram? You meant to reply to one message, and suddenly half the evening is gone. I've been there. It's not that you're weak or lazy, your brain is just getting pulled in a dozen directions at once. And the cost? Lost work, cold dinners, half-heard conversations. Your mind feels cluttered, and your focus slips away. Hi there. I've struggled with staying focused too, until I learned it's actually a skill you can train over time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why your focus feels stolen, and more importantly, how to get it back, step by step. These aren't just theories, they're practical moves you can start tonight. So if that sounds good, stick around. And before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss these tips to help you regain your focus. Before you blame your wandering mind, check your late-night habits. That just one more video at 1 in the morning is stealing tomorrow's clarity. Over time, research suggests chronic short nights can blunt memory and slow thinking. And here's something most people don't realize. Research suggests blue light from screens at night can reduce melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep, and may disrupt circadian rhythm. End result? You wake up groggy, brain foggy, and your stress shoots up. Protecting your sleep is protecting your focus. Distractions seem small. A quick flick to another app, a 30-second text reply. But they snowball into big problems. Each time you lose focus, your brain has to spend energy to refocus. It's like trying to jog while stopping every few steps. You use a lot of effort but go nowhere. Your reasoning slows, your goals drift out of sight. That's the hidden cost of scattered attention. Lots of mental effort with very little to show for it. Now, here's the good news. Focus isn't a fixed trait you're just born with or not. It's more like a muscle or stamina. When you train it, it gets stronger. When you neglect it, it gets weaker. In fact, studies suggest that with practice, people can often lengthen their attention span over time. I promise you, you can rebuild your focus, one exercise at a time. Think of it like getting back in shape. A little effort each day, and pretty soon you'll notice you can concentrate longer and deeper than before. Step 1 is awareness. Start by tracking where your attention actually goes. Use the screen time feature on your phone or a tracking app to log your usage for a week. Hours spent, number of pickups, which apps eat up your time. When you see those numbers in black and white, it can be eye-opening. I remember looking at my own stats. I had picked up my phone 50 times before noon. That was a wake-up call. Seeing the cold, hard data shines a light on all the little leaks in your day. And once you recognize them, you can start to plug them. Think those little check-ins aren't a big deal? Consider this. Surveys suggest the average person checks their phone between 100 and 200 times per day. One report even clocked it at about 205 times daily. Basically, every few minutes we're awake. And all that micro-scrolling adds up. The average American now spends over 5 hours a day on their phone. Do the math. That's roughly 75 to 80 days a year, about 2.5 months of your life, lost to a glowing screen. Imagine what you could do with even half of that time back. Learning a skill, exercising, actually living. It's sobering, right? Multitasking looks efficient, juggling 5 things at once, but it's a mirage. Every time you switch tasks, you pay a mental switch tax. Your brain performs best when it's focusing on one thing at a time. So here's the rule: pick one lane and stay in it. When you have an important task, close all those extra tabs, both on your computer and in your brain. Put your phone away or on silent. If you're writing, just write. Don't also keep an eye on email and TV. You'll be amazed how much faster and better you get it done when your mind isn't constantly gear shifting. Ever stare at a to-do list with more than 20 items and feel your brain just freeze? Let's fix that. Try the 3 wins plan at the start of your day or the night before. Pick 3 things max that you will accomplish that day. 1 can be your high-impact task, 1 medium, 1 smaller. Write them down. And here's the key. Match your hardest or most important task to your peak energy time. If you're a morning person, knock out that big win in the morning when you're freshest. If you're a night owl and come alive after 9 p.m., schedule it then. By aligning tasks with your natural energy, you're setting yourself up to win. 3 focused wins a day beats 20 half-done tasks, trust me. Let's be real. Just telling yourself I won't get distracted usually doesn't cut it. Willpower is like a muscle. It tires out. Instead, set up guardrails that make it harder to get distracted in the first place. For example, when you really need to focus, put your phone in another room, or at least out of arm's reach. Turn on Do Not Disturb mode or use focus settings to block notifications. There are even apps that limit your social media after, say, 30 minutes a day. Take advantage of those. These boundaries might feel strict, but they free you from constantly battling temptation. Think of it this way. You're not trapping yourself, you're freeing your focus. Ever notice how a looming deadline can make you laser-focused? We can actually simulate that with focus sprints. The classic method is the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes and fully dive into a task. No interruptions at all. Then when the timer dings, take a 5-minute break to stand up, stretch, and just breathe for a bit. Research shows having that clear endpoint really helps, especially if you struggle to even start tasks. Those 25-minute work sprints are like intervals for your brain. Work, pause, repeat. You'll find you can get an absolute ton done in a short burst when you know a break is coming. And over time, you can even extend those intervals as your focus stamina improves. Let's talk a bit more about that switch tax. Jumping between tasks doesn't just cost a couple of seconds, it can derail your momentum in a big way. In fact, one study from UC Irvine found that when you get interrupted or switch tasks, it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully get back to the original task. 23 minutes lost, just like that. So if you check email or social media a dozen times a day while working, you're hemorrhaging hours of productive time without even realizing it. Every switch also drains your mental energy, making you more prone to mistakes. So do yourself a favor, batch your distractions. Check email at set times, not every 5 minutes. Keep your phone silenced when working. Don't pay the switch tax more than you have to. Here's something I learned the hard way. Attention without intention is just spinning your wheels. If you don't know why you're focusing on something, it's so much easier to get distracted or feel unmotivated. Quick story. One afternoon, I powered through a bunch of work and ended up completely burned out. I realized later it was because I never connected it to something meaningful. Now, before I start a focused work block, I write down a 1-sentence intention, like finish editing this video by 5 p.m. so I can have a relaxing dinner with my family. That why is a game changer. Whenever my attention starts to drift, I remind myself of that intention, and it reels me back in. Your focus needs a purpose. Give it a compelling reason and it will work so much harder for you. Ever set a goal like, I should get in shape or I want to be more productive, and then, well, nothing happens? The issue is, those goals are vague. There's nothing for your brain to grab onto. Studies in psychology actually show that specific and challenging goals drive much higher motivation and focus. So, make it real. Don't just say get fit. Say walk 20 minutes every morning and lift weights 3 times a week so I have more energy for my kids. See the difference? It's specific, it's tied to something meaningful, and it's doable. Or instead of be more productive, you might spend the first 2 hours of work on high priority tasks with phone off, because I want to leave work on time. When your goals are concrete and personal, they ignite your drive. Vague goals fade away. Real goals fuel you. We humans are extremely visual creatures. In fact, we remember about 80% of what we see versus only around 20% of what we hear. So use that to your advantage. Make your goal or your why visible all the time. Create a visual anchor. For example, if your goal is to focus better so you can advance your career, maybe put a small vision board or even just a sticky note with a keyword like Promotion 2025 above your desk. If your motivation is your family, set a photo of them as your phone's lock screen or your computer wallpaper. You want a glance to remind you instantly what you're working toward. See it, feel it. Each time you catch that visual, it gives you a mini boost of motivation and refocuses your mind on the prize. Let's build a tiny habit that packs a big punch. The one breath pause. Next time you're about to impulsively click on another tab, or you feel the urge to grab your phone the second a notification pops up, stop. Instead, take one slow, deep breath in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 6. That's it. Just one breath, done slowly. What does this do? It breaks the autopilot mode. It gives you a moment of awareness. Often that's all you need to realize. Wait, I don't actually need to check Instagram right now, and you can return to what you were doing. That one mindful breath can reset your brain and put you back in control. If you want a stronger focus, you've got to exercise that focus muscle regularly. I call these brain reps. Set aside just 5 or 10 minutes a day to do something attention-intensive with 0 distractions. Think of it like a workout circuit for your mind. For example, try a quick puzzle or Sudoku, read a few pages of a book in silence, or play a memory game, but no phone notifications, no TV in the background. At first, you might feel twitchy or tempted to grab your phone. That's normal, but stick with it. These short, distraction-free challenges are like lifting weights for your attention span. Over time, you'll notice you can concentrate longer and tune out distractions more easily in all areas of life. It's literally training your brain to be sharper. Sometimes the best way to refuel your focus is to step away from all the screens. Take a walk outside, no phone, no earbuds, just you and the world. It sounds almost too simple, but there's science behind this. One study reported about a 20% improvement in memory and attention after a walk in nature, compared to a walk in a busy city. Just 20 minutes in a park or some greenery can significantly clear your head. I tried this the other day. I left my phone at home and just walked around my neighborhood, noticing the trees and the sky. When I got back to my desk, I felt recharged, sharper, calmer, like my brain hit the reset button. So remember, when in doubt, unplug and step outside. Nature is a natural focus booster. When your thoughts are racing and you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, use your breath as an anchor. A simple breathing exercise can do wonders to calm and focus your mind. Try this. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, then exhale slowly for a count of 6. As you do it, really feel the air filling your lungs and then leaving. This extended exhale triggers your body's relaxation response, slowing your heart rate. Each time your mind starts to wander or panic, gently bring it back to counting those breaths. 4 in, 6 out. You'll notice after a minute or 2 that you're more centered. It's like reeling in a frantic kite and grounding it. Anytime, anywhere, your breath is a free tool to regain calm focus. You ever find yourself stuck in an endless scroll loop? Trust me, it's not a character flaw. These apps are designed to keep us hooked, using dopamine-triggering notifications and infinite feeds. Many former tech insiders have even admitted these platforms were built to maximize our time and attention, exploiting vulnerabilities in human psychology. In other words, the deck is stacked against us. You won't win every battle, and that's okay. What counts is that you keep fighting back. Each time you catch yourself and pull away, when you notice, I've been sucked in, hit pause, and then return your attention to what matters. That's a victory. That's one rep of you strengthening your focus muscle. Over time, those reps add up and you'll find the apps have less of a hold on you. You're retraining your brain that you decide where your attention goes, not some algorithm. By now we've covered a bunch of strategies. Don't feel like you have to do them all at once. The key is consistency. Knowing these tips isn't enough. You've got to live them. So pick one new habit from this video that resonated with you, just one to start, and commit to it daily for the next week. Maybe that's putting your phone in a drawer during dinner, or doing a 25-minute focus sprint each morning, or taking an evening walk instead of an evening TikTok binge. Small steps, done consistently, compound into big changes. Each day you practice, you're rewiring your brain a little more. Give it a few weeks and you'll be surprised. What once was hard, like not checking your phone every 5 minutes, becomes second nature. Your focus will grow stronger bit by bit, day by day. All right, I want to hear from you. What's your average screen time this week? And which focus-building strategy are you going to try out tomorrow? Leave a comment below and let me know. Saying it publicly can actually help you stick to it. A little bit of accountability there. Plus, I'd love to see what steps you all are taking, and I'll chime in with encouragement or tips. So go ahead, share your story or your goal. Let's build a community of better focus together. Even with all these habits, some days your brain will just feel scattered. And that's okay, we're human. When you feel your focus sputtering in the middle of work or study, don't automatically reach for a distraction. Try a quick reset instead. Stand up and stretch your arms and legs for a minute, get the blood flowing, or walk to the kitchen for a glass of water. Even simply closing your eyes and taking 30 seconds to breathe can do wonders. These mini breaks recharge you far better than a sudden Instagram break, which usually turns into 20 minutes lost. Think of these as pit stops for your brain's short, intentional breaks that refuel you so you can finish strong. One quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes and is not medical advice. If you have serious or persistent concentration problems, like you suspect you might have ADHD or an anxiety disorder affecting your focus, please consult a medical or mental health professional. There could be underlying issues that these tips alone can't resolve. So, take care of yourself and get professional guidance if needed. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on living a healthier, more focused life. Maybe share this video with someone you know who's struggling with concentration. We all know at least one person, right? Remember, protect your attention because it truly steers the direction of your life. In a world full of distractions, your focus is your superpower. So stay present, stay intentional, and stay healthy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.